Welcome to our countdown of the top 10 most haunted places in the world. Get ready to explore some of the spookiest and most mysterious locations on the planet. From ancient fortresses to abandoned prisons, we'll be investigating the history, the legends, and the eyewitness accounts that have made these locations notorious. I've been to some of the most haunted places on Earth, and let me tell you, these spots have a dark energy that's hard to shake. So buckle up, lock your doors, and get ready to confront the unknown as we delve into the top 10 most haunted places in the world. You might want to keep the lights on for this one. We're kicking off our countdown in India with a place shrouded in a sorcerer's curse, Bangar Fort. Legend has it that a sorcerer, madly in love with the princess, cursed the entire fort after she rejected his advances. Now the fort stands empty, abandoned by those who fear the sorcerer's wrath. Visitors have reported feeling an oppressive sense of dread, a feeling of being watched by unseen eyes. Some have even claimed to have been touched, pushed, or scratched by unseen entities. The Indian government has forbidden anyone from entering the fort after dark. Local villagers refuse to even approach the ruins once the sun sets. They know the stories are true, that the sorcerer's curse is as potent now as it was centuries ago. This place is a breeding ground for paranormal activity. Bangar Fort is a chilling example of a place where the past refuses to stay buried. Deep in the heart of Transylvania lies Hoia Baciu Forest, a place where the trees themselves seem to whisper secrets of the unknown. People have vanished without a trace within its shadowy depths, their disappearances remaining unsolved mysteries. Those who dare to enter often emerge disoriented, their bodies bearing strange marks, burns, and rashes. The very air within the forest feels charged, buzzing with a strange energy that sets you on edge. Electronic devices malfunction, compasses spin wildly, and an overwhelming sense of dread permeates everything. Some believe the forest is a portal, a thin spot between our world and another dimension. The stories of UFO sightings, strange lights, and unexplained electromagnetic anomalies only fuel this speculation. Hoia Baciu Forest is a place that will challenge your understanding of the world as you know it. Our next stop takes us to the United States, to a house forever etched in American history, the Lizzie Borden house. This unassuming home in Fall River, Massachusetts, was the scene of a brutal double murder that remains unsolved to this day. In 1892, Andrew and Abby Borden were found brutally murdered in their home. Their daughter, Lizzie, was the prime suspect, but despite a sensational trial, she was acquitted. Guests have reported hearing footsteps in the dead of night, doors creaking open and shut on their own, and disembodied voices whispering through the halls. Some have even claimed to have seen apparitions of the Borden family themselves, their spectral forms reenacting the gruesome events of that fateful day. The energy inside the Lizzie Borden house is palpable, heavy with the weight of tragedy and unanswered questions. To spend the night in the Lizzie Borden house is to immerse yourself in one of America's most enduring mysteries. Our journey takes us to the small village of Lukova in the Czech Republic, to a church unlike any other, St. George's Church. Abandoned for decades, this once sacred space has become a haven for the restless dead. In the 1960s, the church's roof collapsed during a funeral service, a tragedy that instilled a deep fear in the local villagers. They abandoned the church, leaving it to decay, its crumbling walls whispering tales of sorrow and despair. Years later, an art student created an installation of ghostly figures draped in white sheets, their blank faces staring into eternity. These figures, scattered throughout the pews, create an unsettling tableau, blurring the line between art and reality. Visitors to St. George's Church report feeling an overwhelming sense of sadness, a weight pressing down on their chests. Cold spots, disembodied whispers, and the feeling of being watched are commonplace within the church's hallowed halls. Some believe the spirits of the villagers who died when the roof collapsed are trapped within the church, unable to find peace. St. George's Church is a place where the boundary between the living and the dead blurs. Our next destination is a chilling reminder of the dark side of American history, Eastern State Penitentiary in Philadelphia. This former prison, once considered a model of reform, earned a reputation for its brutal conditions and the despair that permeated its very walls. For over a century, Eastern State Penitentiary held some of America's most notorious criminals, including Al Capone and Slick Willie Sutton. Within its cold, unforgiving walls, prisoners lived in solitary confinement, their only contact with the outside world a small sliver of sky. Visitors and staff have reported countless paranormal encounters, disembodied voices, shadowy figures, and an overwhelming sense of being watched. The cell block where Al Capone was once imprisoned is said to be particularly active, with reports of unexplained temperature drops and ghostly laughter. Eastern State Penitentiary is a place where the weight of history is palpable, where the suffering of the past seeps into the present. We journey now to one of the most iconic landmarks in the world, a place steeped in history, royalty, and bloodshed, the Tower of London. For centuries, this imposing fortress has served as a royal palace, a prison, and an execution ground. The tower has borne witness to some of the most dramatic and tragic events in English history. It was here that Anne Boleyn, the ill-fated queen of King Henry VIII, was imprisoned and later beheaded on charges of treason. Her ghost, dressed in white, is said to roam the tower grounds, her mournful cries echoing through the centuries. Visitors and staff have reported encounters with the ghosts of murdered princes, executed prisoners, and even a spectral bear said to roam the grounds near the tower where it was once kept. The Tower of London is a place where history comes alive, but not always in the way you might expect. It's a place where the line between the past and present blurs, where the stories of kings and queens, prisoners and executioners continue to unfold in the shadows. Our exploration of the world's most haunted places takes us beneath the bustling streets of Paris to a labyrinth of death and silence, the Catacombs of Paris. This ossuary holds the skeletal remains of over 6 million Parisians, their bones arranged in macabre displays that stretch for miles. The solution to overflowing cemeteries was to relocate the dead to the city's abandoned quarries. The air within the catacombs is heavy with the weight of death, the silence broken only by the sound of your own breathing and the distant drip of water. Visitors often report feeling a sense of unease, a feeling of being watched by unseen eyes. Some have claimed to hear whispers echoing through the darkness, while others have reported seeing shadowy figures lurking at the edge of their vision. The catacombs of Paris are a stark reminder of the impermanence of life. Our journey takes us to the heart of China, to a place shrouded in mystery and legend, the Forbidden City in Beijing. This sprawling palace complex, once home to the emperors of China for over 500 years, is now a UNESCO World Heritage Site, its ornate gates and golden roofs drawing millions of visitors each year. But behind the Forbidden City's grandeur and beauty lies a darker history, one filled with intrigue, betrayal, and untimely deaths. It's said that the spirits of those who met their end within the palace walls still linger, their presence felt in sudden gusts of cold wind, disembodied whispers, and fleeting glimpses of shadowy figures. One of the most well-known stories is that of a woman in white, said to be the ghost of a concubine who was murdered by a jealous rival. Even today, many locals refuse to enter the Forbidden City after dark, fearing the wrath of the spirits that are said to roam freely once the sun sets. We return to the oldest city in the nation, St. Augustine, Florida, and a beacon that has guided ships for centuries, the St. Augustine Lighthouse. But this sentinel of the sea holds more than just maritime history. It's a place where the spirits of the past refuse to be forgotten. One of the lighthouse's most well-known residents is the former keeper Joseph Andrew. He tragically fell to his death while painting the lighthouse in 1859. Visitors and staff have reported seeing his apparition, still diligently tending to his duties. The St. Augustine Lighthouse stands as a testament to the enduring power of the sea. Our final destination takes us to Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam, to a place where beauty and tragedy intertwine, Tao Dan Park. This sprawling urban oasis, a welcome respite from the city's hustle and bustle, holds a dark secret beneath its lush foliage and tranquil ponds. During the day, Tao Dan Park is a haven for families, couples strolling hand in hand, and elderly practicing Tai Chi. But as dusk settles and the shadows lengthen, a different energy takes hold. Locals whisper of a young man, his heart broken by lost love, who took his own life within the park's boundaries. His spirit, they say, wanders the park's pathways at night, searching endlessly for his lost love. Taodan Park is a stark reminder that even in the most beautiful of places, darkness can lurk. Thanks for joining us on this spine-chilling journey through the world's most haunted places. We've explored ancient ruins, abandoned prisons, and forgotten catacombs, each location steeped in history, mystery, and the unexplained. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more fascinating content. We'll continue to delve into the darkest corners of the world, seeking out the truth behind the legends and confronting the unknown. Until next time, stay curious and stay spooky.